What's up, guys? So in today's video, I just wanted to touch upon the subject of comfortability and how basically trying to be comfortable and not willing to grow almost ruined my future. So a little bit of a backstory. I actually was back in 2022. I went from being dead broke, literally having $200 in my bank account, barely affording to pay for my gym membership at the end of each month, to 2 months later suddenly making 10K per month, traveling the world, the other places in Europe, like Dubai, all the places, kind of living the Instagram lifestyle. And it all happened so quickly. But what I realized very shortly was that after being in that opportunity, there was still a ton of growth for me to get if I was actually willing to sort of leave that job and that position that I was in pursuit of more experience and more, I guess, more just, how would you put it? Just in pursuit of more knowledge. So I would need to be able to actually leave that position in pursuit of more experiences and more knowledge within the field that I was specializing myself in. Because what I was doing currently only allowed me to utilize a very finite amount of the sales skill set, and there was still a ton that I needed to be exposed to over months and years of experience that I was just leaving out because I was super comfortable in the current job that I was in. And it actually took me I had this idea for maybe 4 to 5 months that even though I'm making good money here, I think that I'm sacrificing a lot of my future income potential by staying in this one position. So after 4 to 5 months of dwelling on that in the back of my mind, I actually decided to leave that job. And I went from making 10, 11, 12K per month pretty consistently to first month in a new job making $300. Granted, that was kind of a bad opportunity vehicle, and I should have done a better job at actually finding the right vehicle to put my time into for my next opportunity. So I quickly got out of that and got into another opportunity, and there I got up to 6 to 8K range very, very quickly. But my point being, I learned a ton, and my skill set today is more refined, and it's way more broad, and it's way more applicable than it was a year ago. And it's way broader and way more usable for me today than it would have been if I would have just stayed in the same position that I was in back then. Does that make sense? And although I'm nowhere near where I want to be just yet, I still have a big way to go. I'm gonna be very honest and upfront and say I haven't made 10K ever since I left that old job, which just goes to show that that opportunity was really, really good. And I think it also was set up in a way that it was very easy to succeed, but I don't think necessarily that staying there long term would have been the right solution. And the reason I'm telling you all of this, and the reason that I'm sort of calling myself out here a little bit, is because I also want to challenge you to really ask yourself, am I choosing the easy path in my life? Am I choosing to just do what's the most comfortable, what's the most easy, what's the most predictable for me for my future, so that I can just relax and know what's coming? Because I can guarantee you one thing, sure, it might feel good knowing that next week and next month and next year you're gonna be making 3 to 5K per month. That might be really fine, but deep down inside, don't you think that there's a part of you that knows that you're capable for more, and that wants you to achieve more, and wants to see you actually put in that effort and put in that energy to make that happen? Because the way I see it, man, is no matter what you choose to do in life, you're gonna suffer anyway. If you choose the comfortable path, if you choose the path of least resistance, you're gonna suffer because you'll always have the idea in the back of your mind of what could have been. You're gonna suffer with the idea of knowing that you're choosing what's most comfortable for you in the moment, but deep down inside, there's so much more that you could have done had you chosen the difficult path. But then on the other hand, if you choose the difficult path, you're gonna have to suffer with the hard work and the effort and the energy and the sacrifices that you'll have to make in order to actually make your dream a reality. And so I guess the point of this video is just like ask yourself, which suffering are you more willing to actually put up with? The suffering of what you could have been and not knowing, or the suffering of actually wanting to make it happen and putting in the effort to get there? Because you're gonna suffer either way. There's no escape from the suffering. And for me, knowing that I was not making the most out of my potential was too scary of a thought for me to be willing to stay in a position where I was making very good money for my age. And I actually decided to sacrifice that in the pursuit of something greater and to become something bigger in the future, where 10K per month would just be a weird and funny memory of a small amount of money compared to what I want to be making in the future. So I hope like this video actually made you think and maybe like reflect a bit more on your life, because I think honestly like you are capable of so much more than you maybe are willing to admit to yourself today. And I honestly think that if you're just willing to objectively look at your life and objectively look at the decisions you're making, that you can do so much more if you're just willing to actually make it happen. So thank you so much for checking out the video. Like if you liked it, drop a like. If you want to leave a comment, feel free to leave a comment as well. I'm going to be posting way more regularly on this channel, and yeah, I really hope you enjoy the content. So yeah, I'll see you guys around. Ciao.